Hey Rob, have you seen my grease gun anywhere? I can't find it.
What? A grease gun? Oh, I'll show you a grease gun.
Rob, what did HR say about guns in the office?
How will they find out if there's no witnesses?
Wait, what? Wait. Ah! Well, shit. I didn't think he was actually going to do that. Well, hello there. I am Shards, that raccoon. Yes. And I'm here to explain a bit of history around the M3 grease gun. Now, what's so special about this hunk of metal? And what kind of service did it see? I will be explaining that further in detail. Before we go over the history, we have to explain why grease gun, how grease gun, what is grease gun, and is it still being used? Now, why is grease gun? It all starts with the Thompson, or the M1 if you prefer to call it that. Now, the Thompson was a good submachine gun for the time, but per unit it was too expensive. At the time, it was about $200 per unit, and they wanted a cheaper alternative. So, contracts went out. They wanted something that can last longer in terms of manufacturing time, because if you spend too much money in one area, in the Thompson for example, you'd run out of money in different sectors, because every country's concern at the time was how many it can produce and for how much. Now, it wasn't the M3 grease gun that originally was contracted out. There was an M2, but we don't talk about the M2. It doesn't exist as far as you want to use it. So, another contract went out, and the M3 grease gun came into fruition. Now, we got the why, but what is the grease gun? Welcome to a step-by-step tutorial on how to make your grease gun. First things first, grab your iron. Then you're going to want to say the magic words. Hey look, they have oil. And there you have it, your M3 grease gun. The M3 grease gun was designed to be cheap by nature, only costing around $15 when it was introduced, compared to the Thompson being around $200. So, you can see why the investment was put into it. It wasn't just for the financial purposes the grease gun was so beloved by many people during World War II. Tank crews, for example, loved the grease gun for its compact size and ease of use, because they needed something small enough to fit in the tank and use, but reliable enough to use when they needed to run out. And infantry found themselves loving it too for the reliability and show of little maintenance needed on it. Every country had a stopgap submachine gun that was cheaper to produce than their average one. For the Americans, it was their M3. For the British, it was the Sten. For the Soviets, it was the PPSH-43. And for the Germans, they had a plethora of ones that they would steal and manufacture, with the MP40 already being very cheap to produce. Now, let's move on to how grease gun. How is it that the people that use this submachine gun love it, and those who face it hate it? So you found a grease gun. How does it work? How do you use it? And most importantly, how can you deal with those pesky targets? Way over there. Now, let me just find my poker stick really fast. Ah, well, it's not mine, but it'll have to do. Let's say you just stuck a fresh magazine in the gun. See that little handle? Pull it back, let it fly. But the bolt will not fly forward with it. It operates on an open bolt mechanism. When you press down the trigger, it will send the bolt flying forward, activating the ammunition. And from the recoil it produces, it will send the bolt flying back, priming it for the next round to be shot. If your finger's still on the trigger, the bolt will work until ammunition is depleted, or you let go of it, or if your gun decides to just not work. Now, when you're all done with that clip, you can treat it like a video and just drop it. By pressing this little button right here, it'll drop out of the gun and load in a fresh clip. Now, how do you put this thing on safe so you don't accidentally have a discharge when you get back in the tank? See that little flap off to the side? That's your safety. Flip it onto the charging handle, and you ain't killing no more. Now, I'm pretty sure you're all tired of hearing my voice, so let the combat talk for itself.
Hold up! Hold position!
Well, this has been fun, but there's a man outside my door telling me to come outside with my hands up or something. Something to do with parking tickets. I have to go, but before I go, I'll leave you